I reminded my sister why her son doesn't have any legs. My sister Madison was visiting for the weekend when my 2-year-old daughter Harper woke up from her nap with a fever. I carried her to the living room and tried to get her to look at me, but she started crying that her neck hurt. When I tried to tilt her head forward, she screamed. I grabbed my keys. I'm taking Harper to the ER. Madison looked up from her phone. What? Why? She has a high fever and her neck is stiff. Something is seriously wrong with her. She rolled her eyes. It's just a fever. Kids get fevers all the time. Not like this. I was already putting Harper's shoes on. Madison stood up. You're seriously going to the ER over this? I'm not taking any chances. With what? A cold? You're being ridiculous. I picked Harper up and headed for the door. I'm going. Madison stepped in front of the door and crossed her arms. I'm not letting you drag her to the hospital because you're having an anxiety attack. Get out of my way. She can't move her neck. Kids sleep wrong all the time. This is different. No, it's not. You're just a paranoid mess who can't handle normal parenting. Harper started crying harder. Mama, my neck hurts. Madison looked at her. See? She's fine. She's talking. I tried to push past Madison, but she grabbed my arm hard. You're not going anywhere. You're going to give her some over-the-counter medicine and put her to bed like a normal mother. Let go of me. No, I'm not going to watch you traumatize your daughter because you're mentally unstable. I yanked my arm away. She needs a doctor. She needs a mother who isn't a complete psycho. This is why everyone talks about you behind your back. This is why nobody trusts you with their kids. She stepped closer. You're addicted to drama. You love feeling like a hero. Harper has a little fever and you're already planning how you'll tell everyone about your big emergency. I pushed past her and got Harper to the door. Madison followed screaming. You're the one who is sick. You're going to damage that child because you're so desperate for attention. I buckled Harper into her car seat. Madison grabbed the car door. I'm calling CPS and telling them you're mentally ill. They'll take Harper away and she'll finally have a normal life without you forcing your anxiety on her. Move your hand. Not until you give me Harper. She tried to reach past me to unbuckle Harper, but I shoved her back and slammed the door. She was pounding on the window as I pulled out. You're a terrible mother. I hope they lock you up. When we got to the ER and I told them Harper's neck was stiff, they took us back immediately. The doctor examined Harper and ordered blood work and a lumbar puncture. Madison had followed in her own car and came into the room while we waited. I can't believe they're actually entertaining this. When the doctor came in, he looked concerned. Harper has bacterial meningitis and we're starting IV antibiotics immediately. You got her here just in time. Another few hours and she could have had some serious complications. Madison stared at him. Meningitis? That's impossible. She just has a fever. Bacterial meningitis is extremely dangerous. The stiff neck was the key symptom. He looked at me. Your quick action likely saved her from permanent damage. Madison shook her head. Okay, but fevers and stiff necks are common. How was anyone supposed to know it was meningitis? That is exactly why we always recommend that parents bring them in when they see those symptoms together. Madison turned to me with her arms crossed. Well, congratulations. You were right for once. But let's be honest, you didn't actually know it was meningitis. You were just being paranoid and you happened to get lucky this time. I stared at her. Yeah, I am lucky. My daughter still has all her limbs, unlike your son. Madison gasped. If you had brought your son to the ER when he had meningitis instead of assuming it was the flu, the infection wouldn't have spread and they wouldn't have had to amputate his legs. Madison stared at me for a long moment, then she turned and walked out of the room without saying a word. Harper stayed in the hospital for 5 days on IV antibiotics and made a full recovery. Madison hasn't visited since.